NYWC fans, to yet another edition of Connected. I'm your host, everybody's favorite, Larry Legend. And guys, we're just a few short days away from the 8th annual Psycho Circus. I'm so excited to be hosting this event for the second year in a row. I'm talking about one of the most sadistic tag team, the most sadistic tag team match in the history of wrestling. It's going to take place in the NYWC Sportatorium on Saturday night, January the 29th. But we already have heard from the Order of the Black and Dickie and Ricky. Our NYWC cameras were able to catch up with the other side, Freaks and Geeks, and, things don't look like they're going in the favor of Freaks and Geeks going into this huge tag team war. For one, one of the co-captains, Mikey Whipwreck, he's missing in action. This is the guy who came up with the idea of the Psycho Circus tag team battle to begin with. Can't even find him. And Reckless and Wasted and Scyther and Francis Kipling, you know what? Guys, just take a look at this footage we caught right in the NYWC Sportatorium.
Dude, this is getting hectic, okay? Yeah, the Psycho Circus is a few days away, and we have no idea what we're going to do.
Well, have you heard from Mikey yet?
I have not heard a word from Mikey. Nothing.
Serious?
Nothing.
Yeah! Come on!
Hey.
Come on! Come on!
What?
Come on!
What?
Come on!
Let's go. Scyther, what is it?
Needles! Needles! Yeah, look at that!
Kit, man. Where you been, man? We've been looking all over for you.
Hey, you right, buddy? Huh? Earth the Kip. Earth the Kip.
Hello?
Listen, man, I understand what's been happening here. I understand what happened to you. It sucks, all right? But you got to get your head screwed on tight, all right? You got to get it back in the game. Because we have the Order of the Black and Dickie Rods, and not only is it any match, we have to fight them in a Psycho Circus match, the most dangerous match of all time. Do you even understand what this means?
It's all my fault.
Come on, man. I understand Violet got put through a table. I understand she got hurt. But you know what? She wants you to fight right now. We got a big task at hand on Saturday night, and we need you, man. We need the whole team together. We haven't heard from Mikey. We need everyone together to fight. Are you going to do it? Are you going to fight with us, man? Come on. There you go. You gonna fight? Hey, dude, where are you going?
Hey. This is just great. What are we going to do now? He's comatose. Nobody's heard from Mikey, and this one over here,
I don't know, man. I need some shots right now.
To the bar.
Well, from the looks of it, guys, with one co-captain missing in action, one guy can hardly speak any decipherable language, and the other two, going to get wasted and reckless, and, from the looks of Francis Kipling Stevens, he didn't seem like he knew whether he was coming or going. Are Freaks and Geeks prepared for what the Order of the Black and the superstar Dickie Rods and Ricky Gatalo are going to have in store for them on Saturday night, January 29th at the NYWC Sportatorium? Really, I can't dwell on it. You're going to have to be there. www.nywcwrestling.com to get your tickets. But guys, let's talk about some other things on tap for the Psycho Circus. A few days ago, my broadcast colleague Shane Wayne caught up with the current NYWC champion, Alex Reynolds, who was fresh off vacation, and, well, take a look at what happened when Shane caught up with yours truly, Alex Reynolds.
The Psycho Circus is upon us, and I'm standing here with the current NYWC champion, Alex Reynolds. Alex, what have you been doing these past few weeks?
Well, Shane, I actually just got back from a nice vacation. Traveled all throughout Europe, started in Milan, went all the way to Minsk, met this beauty named Rochelle, who was so nice they named her twice, Shane, and erotic. That's all I can say.
Now, on January 29th at the Psycho Circus, we have the Joker's Wild Battle Royal. You were not in that Battle Royal, but the winner of that Battle Royal will face you later on that night for this very title.
Well, Shane, if anybody else was champion, they'd be worried because you have to mentally prepare for every individual that's in that battle royal. Now, someone like me, I over-prepare. So I know everybody's strengths and everybody's weaknesses. I'm ready, Shane, no matter who wins it.
So how are you preparing for the big man, King Mega, your right-hand man? What if he comes out victorious? You will have to stand across from your friend later on that night.
Shane, it's obvious that me and the big man are close. You know, he's my confidant, my consigliere. And he'll know what to do if, you know what? Don't worry about it. All I know is that whomever may win the battle royal, enjoy that moment. Enjoy the victory. Because come the end of the night, the only person that's going to be NYWC champion, yours truly, Alex Reynolds.
Chris Forza, he thinks he's so cool, that stupid Muppet. I'm gonna punch him in his freaking face, him and his butt buddy Prince Charles. I'm gonna beat them both up at the Psycho Circus. I'm gonna take them both out, and I'm gonna keep my fusion title because I am #1! Yeah!
All right, well, there's #1, John Silver, current reigning NYWC Fusion champion. He's going to be putting that belt on the line against the real #1, Chris Forza, at the Psycho Circus. But, you know, another guy who's been training in his own special way for his contests at the Psycho Circus has been one Kenny Royal. And I guess you could say he's getting prepared in his own Kenny way. Let's take a look.
I cannot wait. Yo, it's gonna be awesome, man. Awesome. Yeah, I'm getting ready now. Yo, if you think we're partying tonight, you can only imagine what we're gonna do the 29th. Alright, I'll see you soon, man. Alright, bye.
Everyone wants to know why. Why did I turn on Mikey? Why did I bust Mikey open at Fusion? Well, to understand this, you need to go back to September of 2004, when I joined the NYWC Academy. You see, I wasn't one of Mikey's favorites. I wasn't one of his boys, despite being trained by him. So maybe I harbored a little bit of a grudge. Maybe I was a little bit angry. So when Mikey asked me to join the Black Circle, I used it as an opportunity to find out his weaknesses and his strengths, to know what makes him tick, so eventually I can destroy him. Just like the story of the old man and the snake, when the old man was walking in the snow and he found a snake frozen in the ice, and he took that snake home and he nursed it back to health. And when the snake was healthy, he bit the old man. And as the old man laid there taking his last breath, he asked why. And the snake said, "Stupid old man, I'm a snake." And that's exactly what I am, Mikey, a snake, because I used the Black Circle to find everything out about you. And now, January 29th, at the Psycho Circus, everything I learned will be used against you. And everything for you, Mikey, will fade to black.
Well, guys, that's going to about do it for this edition of NYWC Connected, the last edition of NYWC Connected before the 8th annual Psycho Circus this Saturday, January the 29th, from the Deer Park Sportatorium. Now, let me tell you something, guys. Lots of companies have what they call their big show. Well, for 8 years going now, NYWC has produced nothing less than the best in the Psycho Circus. And on January the 29th, they're sure to deliver. I'm going to be hosting this thing for the second year in a row, and guys, let's talk about what we're going to see one last time. How about my man, #1 John Silver, current NYWC Fusion champion. He's going to be putting that belt on the line against Chris Forza, a man who likes to call himself the real #1. By the time it's all said and done, we'll see who's really #1 and who comes out the NYWC Fusion champion. Let's talk about some more gold. How about tag team gold? Yeah, I'm talking about the uninvited zone, K Pusha and K Murda. All Money is Legal, the current NYWC tag team champions. Well, they're going to be putting those belts on the line against the blowout boy, Dan Echoes, and his protege, Kenny Royal. I got to tell you, if Kenny Royal and the blowout boy Dan Echoes come in there fist pumping, they might get mollywopped, if you know what I mean, from the boys from the Uninvited. We're going to find out in January the 29th at the Psycho Circus. Hey, that's not it. I mean, we got our Fusion Championship, we got our Tag Team Championship. How about the Joker's Wild Battle Royal? Yeah. Now, there may not be a championship on the line, but the winner of this year's Joker's Wild Battle Royal gets a title shot later on in the evening against the current NYWC champion, Alex Reynolds. That means, so many individuals in this thing. Someone from the Buck Brigade could get a title shot. Manny Martinez could get a title shot. You're going to have to be here to find out how this thing's going to go down. But before it's all said and done, Alex Reynolds will be defending the NYWC championship in the Deer Park Sportatorium. Hey, let's talk about one that Larry Legend, oh yeah, is really, really excited for. I'm talking about the Master of the Mat. 4 men, 4 of the most technically sound competitors on the roster, on the scene today, will be hooking it up, 30 minutes, point system, 2 points for a pinfall, 3 points if you make your man tap out, 2 points deducted if you're disqualified, and 1 point deducted if you get a count out. Who's in this thing? How about Bruno Marciano, straight out of Little Italy, New York? How about Quiet Storm, a man who's been up and down these coasts, breaking bones, popping skulls? How about the premier athlete going into this thing with a 2-point advantage, Tony Nese? Oh yeah, he's got 2 points going into the Master of the Mat, and we can't forget about last year's winner, the Greek god, Papa Don. He's got his name in the hat for the Master of the Mat, and this is the one that I can't wait to announce. That and so much more, ladies and gentlemen, of course, it's all going to end with the spectacle of violence known as the Psycho Circus, the brainchild of ECW legend Mikey Whipwreck. We're going to have freaks and geeks. I'm talking about Mikey Whipwreck and Scyther, Reckless and Wasted, and Francis Kipless Stevens, the nerd, against the Order of the Black, Stockade, Apollyon, Rex Lawless, with Crusher Dugan, of course, the superstar Dickie Rods, and Ricky Cataldo, in what's sure to be one of the most violent bloodbaths ever seen in the Deer Park Sportatorium. Guys, if you don't know how to get your tickets, I'm going to remind you one last time, www.nywcwrestling.com. You're not going to want to miss the 8th Annual Psycho Circus. I'm going to be there. Hey, and guess what? You've just been connected.